Hi, everybody. Welcome in as we get your softball underway on a Sunday afternoon. Will we play one or will we play two games? Harmony Stafford starting it off for Bishop State. Jessica Farmer is the two-hitter. Cameron Lawson in that three spot. Meanwhile, four-hitter Kaylee Weaver. Brooke Tillman batting fifth. Tanner Dukes is the six-hitter. Kaylee King will bat seventh. Emma Wilson eighth. And the nine-hitter is Mallory Roth. That is one hop right back to Hardy Irwin. Irwin to first with the throw. And Stafford is out number one. So on away, Jessica Farmer next. Taking a look at that defense for Central Alabama. Hardy Irwin is your pitcher. And she got a strike delivered. Meanwhile, behind the plate is Kinsley Higdon. At first, Morgan Spear. Second baseman, Brooklyn Cochran. And shortstop, Gracie Mill. That is into left field. And a base hit. And yes, it is indeed left field. I have no idea why last night I was referencing right as left, or vice versa. Can I blame it on age? I do tell people that I was born three-quarters idiot, suffer from a bad case of idiotitis. Maybe all of those contributed, but that was a shot into left field. Farrar is on. Cameron Lawson coming to the plate. Well, I jokingly told staff that since I was just barely able to clear the center field fence, I needed them to constantly monitor and tell our center fielder to move if needed. I guess I need them to go out and shove her over a little bit. No, she's got to play where she's got to play to be able to defend against Bishop State, as Cameron Lawson will deliver with a shot into center. And you got a couple of base runners on for Kaylee Weaver. Rest of that defense, by the way. At third, you'll find Cannon Willis. Another base hit up the middle. Rounding third, coming in, plating is Farrar. Weaver with an RBI single. And Bishop State will deliver with the game's first run here in the top part of the first. Brooke Tillman next. Tanner Dukes to the on-deck circle. Left field, McKinley Allen. The center fielder is Morgan Brewer, and the right fielder, Morgan Phillips. Hit to third. Stepping on the bag and getting the out at third. Willis throw over to first. Brooke Tillman grounding in the DP that leaves a runner on and one runner in. We go to the bottom of the first, and we'll take our first look at the Trojans of Central Alabama.
Leading out the Central Alabama in the first inning, the catcher, number 9, Kingsley Higgins.
One-run plates in the top part of the inning off 3 base hits, 1 stranded. And here we go with the bottom half of inning number 1. Kingsley Higdon leading it off. McKinley Allen, the 2-hitter. And it's ground towards third. The scoop, the throw. It is in time. Roth had to go bang, bang, and it's there to get Higdon. One out for McKinley Allen. Morgan Brewer is the 3-hitter. Cannon Willis in the 4 spot. Morgan Spear batting 5th. 6-hitter Grayson Tucker. Brooklyn Cochran is the 7-hitter. Morgan Phillips batting 8th. Gracie Mills 9th. Bishop stayed with Emma Gilmore in the circle. Brooke Tillman behind the plate. Kaylee Weaver is at first. Second baseman Kaylee King. Shortstop Harmony Stafford. And at third Mallory Roth. An outfield of Emma Wilson in left. Center fielder Jessica Farrer. And the right fielder is Cameron Lawson. Couple of outs. Over to first goes the Allen shot. 2 away. Morgan Brewer to the plate. Cannon Willis to the on-deck circle. Top of the second. Tanner Dukes, Kaylee King, and Emma Wilson 2 up. It is ground to second. Picked up there by King. Goes to first. And the Trojans go 1-2-3. In inning 1. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Top of the second, Tanner Duke starting it off. Kaylee King, Emma Wilson 2 up in the inning 2. Bishop State yesterday knocking off Central Alabama knocking off Enterprise State by 8 to get here against Central Alabama. As that is dropped into right field, and on is Tanner Dukes with a leadoff single. These two teams have played one another. As a matter of fact, 5 times, once here. And they have all been Central Alabama wins. But all of that behind the Wildcats. Pick up a win here, you force a second game and got a shot at the title. If you're the Trojans, you're like, let's do it for the 35th time in a row. Have not lost a conference game since their very first one of the year against MMI. Fouled away by King. They are just a step away from advancing to a district matchup with the Florida team. And I guess if you use that analogy, then Bishop State is 2 steps away. Outside with a pitch to King. A runner on, nobody gone. Ball game just underway as that is ripped foul to the third base side. Popped up at short. Catch made by Gracie Mills. King will fly out for out number 1. Duke staying put at the moment over at first. Emma Wilson moving to the on-deck circle. And then on to the batter's box. Mallory Roth next. Ground to third. Willis has got it. Goes to second. And the winner of today, not necessarily in this game. Bishop State wins this game. They've got another if Central Alabama wins it. Then their next game is in Palatka, Florida against St. John's River. That is just a little bit foul. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. Mallory Roth with Emma Wilson on at first. Round to short, to her knees to field. Mills goes to second and will get the out of Wilson on the 6-4. 4 go up, 3 go down, 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Trojans.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Cannon Willis starting the bottom of the second. Morgan Spear and Grayson Tucker due up in the inning 2. ACCC Division II Championship. But will the championship or the if game decide the representative for Region 22? We know what the Wildcats want. We know what the Trojans want. We'll see what happens in a 1-zip game. Farmer, the lone run plated thus far. And that came from Bishop State in the top of the first. Outside with a pitch to Willis. Morgan Spear to the on-deck circle. That is dropped into the zone. And the count goes to 3-1. Willis thinking about a trip down to first, but that one will drop in to turn the count to 3-1. If there is a first base trip, at least it's been postponed for a pitch. Ground to second. King's got it. Over to first, and Willis out on the 4-3. Morgan Spear is next. Grayson Tucker moving to the on-deck circle. Into the strike zone to Spear. These teams met on the 27th of March and the 1st of April. In Alexander City, Trojans won 8-0 and 4-1. In Mobile, they won 6-4 and 8-4. And of course, a couple of days ago here, it was a Central Alabama 8-4 win. Outside the Spear. Count goes to 1-2. And while riding this 34-game win streak for Central Alabama, as you got a strikeout of Spear, 2 gone. The closest they came to a loss, if you look at a run differential, is 2. However, Chat Valley did take them to the 8th inning. So that game was tied going into the 8th. But that is as close as the Trojans have come to tasting defeat in the last 34 games. That'll roll to the screen for Tucker and Brooklyn Cochran to the on-deck circle. Top of the order coming to the plate when we get to the top of the 3rd. That is a base rip into right field, and then a little bit of a tumble in right by Lawson, trying to retrieve, giving another bag to Tucker. And the tying run in scoring position. Brooklyn Cochran to the plate. Morgan Phillips moving to the on-deck circle. A little bit outside with a pitch to Cochran. 33 RBIs this year. You talk about scoring runs, 451 runs plated by Central Alabama. And consider, too, they won a number of games in 5 innings or 6 innings, the mercy rule. So that kind of trimmed away their ability to even plate more runs. Two balls and a strike on Cochran. Cochran, a .391 hitter, sends this to right, and the catch made by Lawson. 4 go up, 3 go down. Tucker is stranded. We go to the 3rd in a 1-zip game. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. One pitch and one away. Stafford with a line out to third. Willis with a snag. And that was a very, very quick out to begin the third inning. Jessica Farrar moving to the on-deck circle. That is dropped into the gap, left center field. It'll roll all the way to the wall. On her way to second, Farmer. She'll pick up a one-out double, and the Bishop State Wildcats with a runner at second. Cameron Lawson with a single in the first coming to the plate. Kaylee Weaver moving to the on-deck circle. On the inside part of the plate to Lawson. Bottom of the inning, Phillips, Mills, and Higdon. 8, 9, and 1 in the order. Outside with a pitch to Lawson. Kaylee Weaver on deck. That is floated foul in the direction of left. This is a .330 hitting Central Alabama team. Outside with a pitch. 451 runs, 396 RBIs. Got a 400-plus hitter in Brewer. But right now it is Bishop State with a 1-zip lead and the runner at second for Lawson. Hitting .362. Not a shabby hitting Bishop State squad either. Dropped into left field, pace in, runner and given the green light. Farrar throw to the plate. She'll get in safely with the throw home. To second goes Lawson. And Bishop State taking a 2-zip lead. Kaylee Weaver next, had an RBI single in the first. Brooke Tillman to the on-deck circle. Weaver hitting .385. $18 RBIs. That is caught in left. McKinley Allen able to make the snag. Weaver out. Lawson will hold at second. And there's 2 away from Brooke Tillman. Just a tad low with the offering to Tillman, who grounded the double play that put it into the first. Tenema Dukes on deck. Count even in 1 on Tillman. Just a hair inside. Well, if you get here as a 1 or 2 seed and you win games, it's a quick path to the championship. And will ricochet off of the mid of Willis at third, throw to first. Off its mark, coming in from third. Lawson, and she plates run number 3 for Bishop State. So I have to speak to the brilliant softball minds up here in the box to see what we've got. Base hit and an error tossed in, or error, or base hit, no error. Got a lot of different options here. Inside on Dukes. Then went outside with a pitch. Well, our committee of 2 is pondering. And we'll see what we got for Tillman in a moment as Dukes fouls that one away. We have an E6 that got Tillman on. So no hit mixed in. Could have been a 5-6-3 put out at first, turned into an E6 that gets Tillman on, but more importantly, it allows a run to come in and score. As that one is sent foul by Dukes. Dukes with a single that led off a second. And then she became part of a 5-4 putout. That is sent over in the direction of right. Almost found its way onto another field here. Gorgeous day in Alabaster, Alabama. And on the cool side, 67 degrees. Just outside with the Irwin offering. Shouldn't get any warmer than 68. And because of the gentle breeze, feels like 65. A little bit high, trip down to first for Dukes and a couple of runners on. Winds out of the west-northwest at 9, and occasional gust to 15. UV index at 7. That is popped up left side. There to make the catch is McKinley Allen. Couple of runners stranded, 2 runners in. Bishop State by 3, going to the bottom of the third. And don't forget to follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and most definitely would like to have you as a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Trying to grow those numbers. And every little click of a subscribe button helps. By the way, in about 90 minutes, baseball underway down in Bay Minette. Coastal Alabama South taking on Gadsden State. Yep, that's the same game that was originally slated for yesterday, moved to noon today, and then pushed back from noon to 2 today because of all the rain that came through. And David Haney will be on the call there in Bay Minette in about 90 minutes. Morgan Phillips followed by Gracie Mills. Count goes to 3-1 on Phillips. Ground right back to Gilmore, goes to first. Phillips out number 1. Emma Gilmore, 102 innings worked this year for Bishop State, 9-2. Had a save and also had 7 complete games. Gave up 105 hits, 81 runs, 49 earned, 38 walks, 67 strikeouts, 4 home runs, and a .336 ERA. Chopped foul by Gracie Mills. Top of the order, Kinsley Higdon to the on-deck circle. A little bit low with the pitch. 8, 9, and 1 in the order for Bishop State when we get to the top of the 4th. That was just a tad outside. Count runs even in 2. 1 away, nobody aboard. Bottom of the 3rd, ground to 3rd, fielded there by Roth, goes to first, and there's 2 gone. Two outs for the top of the order, Kinsley Higdon. Higdon ground out to 3rd in the 1st. And now every Trojan has had an opportunity to get a look at Emma Gilmore pitching. And the only one to get aboard via a base hit and advance via the error was Grayson Tucker. So let's see if there is different success the second time through the rotation. 2-0 pitch. It'll get the strike zone. Count runs to 2-1. That is fouled away to the right side. McKinley Allen moving to the on-deck circle. Wilson, Roth, and Stafford when we get to the top of the 4th. Ground foul, 3rd base side. If there is an if, it's a half hour after this one wraps up. If there is not an if, Central Alabama is playing St. John's River in Palatka. Higdon strikes out. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 3rd. We go to the 4th with Bishop State still on top.
You've played some travel ball, you've shared the videos. Mom and Dad can only root so much. It's time to get real interest from the colleges and scouts in your area, right where you live. That's why the Showcase Series is different. We're not just another tournament, we're an advancement event where you get real-time exposure with live TV coverage of our games that get you seen directly by the coaches you want to impress from anywhere in the world. Register for events at showcaseseries.org. It's your turn at bat.
Position taking the fourth inning of that is left fielder number 2 on the walk, and Wilson.
Top of the fourth, picked up at third. Wilson will wind up at second. Base hit and an E5. Just an E5 or 6. Oh, it was short that stepped over. So 6 committing the error. That'll be the second one of the game for Central Alabama. And a runner in scoring position. Mallory Roth to the plate, taking a pitch high from Hardy Irwin. Hardy Irwin, 156 and 2/3 innings pitched. Good looking bunt. Nice play though by Irwin, able to get it to second baseman Cochran covering. But it moves Wilson to third. One away for Harmony Stafford. Jessica Farrar to the on-deck circle. That is sent back this way and out of play. Stafford likes those first pitches, lined out a first pitch to third in the third. Also ground out the pitcher in the first. And is floated over to third, catch made by Willis. Holding at the bag is Wilson. And there's 2 outs for Jessica Farmer. Cameron Lawson moving to the on-deck circle. That is floated in the direction of left field. Drops in as a base hit. In to score is Wilson. And Bishop State adds another run to their lead. Farrar with an RBI single. That is floated back this way, out of play for Cameron Lawson. Lawson 2 for 2 in the run scored and an RBI. Off and running is Farmer, and she's in safely with a stolen base at second. Kaylee Weaver on deck. Allen Brewer and Willis in the bottom of the fourth for Central Alabama. D1 softball gets underway right here in this exact same spot. Same two fields, fields 2 and 5. On Thursday. Also coming up this weekend, D1 baseball in Oxford for the ACCC. And also, it's a busy week. You got the D2 baseball champions, Wallace Dothan, playing at Troy University this coming weekend. Following weekend, whoever wins D1 baseball plays back at Oxford. Outside to Lawson. A little bit high with the pitch to Lawson. Two gone, a runner on, a runner in. Top of inning number 4. And a trip down to first after the Irwin slip. Popped up foul territory. It'll get on top of the canvas that provides some shade for fans on the third base side. A little high with the offering to Lawson. Singled in the first, singled in the third. Lawson, a .362 hitter, leads the team in RBIs with 41. Leads the team in home runs with 8. Has a runner on at second. Kaylee Weaver, 1 for 2 in the game. Drives that one into right field. That'll be a base hit that brings in Farmer. Runners on the corners, another run plates. So Weaver delivering with an RBI single. That will bring in Farmer. Lawson goes to third. Weaver on the other corner. And Brooke Tillman coming to the plate. That is another base hit into left field. Brooke Tillman with an RBI. And Bishop State building a 6-zip lead. Tenema Dukes coming to the plate. She has walked and singled. Kaylee King moving to the on-deck circle. How about another base hit? Into left field, and Bishop State loads it up in the top of the 4th. Runners at first, second, and third, Dukes, Tillman, and Weaver. And Kaylee King coming to the plate. King hitting .385. 3 home runs, 27 RBIs, and coach coming out to have a chat with Irwin. Irwin has already given up 10 base hits. And though we've still got plenty of time, 6-zip lead Bishop State in the top of the fourth with a home half of the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Still potentially ahead. And I think maybe one of your greatest fears as a coach when you go on a lengthy win streak is when you're going to have that off game. And you hope it's not at a really key moment. Well, either they're having a few off innings or Bishop State is just ripping and roaring. Got it loaded in a 6-zip game. On the inside part of the plate to King. Emma Wilson, who started off the inning reaching on an error, has moved back to the on-deck circle. That'll go to the screen after the swing and miss. Retrieving quickly was Higdon. Allen, Brewer, and Willis in the bottom of the fourth for Central Alabama. Kaylee King 0 for 2 in the game with a couple of flyouts, one to short and one to left. Drives that one foul towards third. There is another base hit into left field just inside the chalk. Weaver scores, Tillman scores. The lead goes to 8. King driving in a pair of runs with an RBI. I make that with a single. In will come 2, Weaver and Tillman. And we are back to the lady who started it all. Emma Wilson. Wilson reached on that error, eventually came in to score. And that was 9 at-bats ago. Sends that one into center field. It will roll all the way to the fence. Dukes is in, King is in. Stafford with a double that pushes the lead out to 10. Mallory Roth next. Rolls to third, grabbed there by Willis, goes to first, gets Roth. But by 1 an inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs come in. And we head to the bottom of the fourth with the Trojans down by 10. Bottom of the fourth, 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Central Alabama. McKinley Allen, Morgan Brewer, and Cannon Willis. If you are just joining us, that is the correct score. 10-zip. Bishop State in the bottom of the fourth. Central Alabama, 34 consecutive wins, and as close as anybody has come to beating them is a run differential of 2. But if you're Central Alabama and you're winners of 34 in a row, you've been in maybe not this situation, but you have faced adversity before. That is a slow roller towards third. Scoop and throw a little late. Roth got there, but not before Allen did. And she is on with a leadoff single. And if you're Central Alabama, you want to get some runs here in the bottom of the fourth. You don't have to get 10. You wouldn't mind 10, but you'd like to get 2 or 3. Start chipping away at that lead. Off the screen foul for Morgan Brewer. Brewer ground out to second. There's an opportunity at third for Roth. Goes to second for 1. Won't have it to first in time for 2. One out with 1 on. Central Alabama on virtue of a 1 seed, skipped the opening round, then beat Bevel State 9-1. Knocked off Bishop State 8-4, and that's all they had to do to get here. Bishop State winning their opening game over MMI 9-zip. Then, of course, lose to Central Alabama, forced into the loser's bracket. Had to knock off Enterprise State yesterday and did, and put up runs then, 14. Cannon Willis taking one into the strike zone. Morgan Spear on deck. A little bit high with the pitch. Throw going right back to Gilmore. Although there's not a runner at third, so I don't know if that was intended for Gilmore. But Gilmore thought it was. Brewer will wind up at second. Slow roller towards third. Could be trouble. Roth won't make a throw. Willis with an infield single that sees Brewer take third. And a couple of runners on for Morgan Spear. Spears struck out in the second. Grayson Tucker on deck. That is right back up the middle. Into center field. Gilmore trying to reach down and field, and that beat her mid getting to the turn. And Brewer will come in to score. Spear driving in the run. And Coach Monica Meadows out to have a conversation with her infield. Probably something like, don't let your foot off the gas. Got a couple of runners aboard for the Trojans. Here in the bottom of the fourth. And two, if you're Bishop State, you let your foot off the gas, they get inside 8. And then you've bought yourself some more outs, which means you've paid for more opportunities. Two on, one away, one in. Grayson Tucker, who prior to this inning had the only Trojan base hit coming to the plate. Trojans, though, now with 4 hits in the game. That's a wild offering that moves Willis to third and Spear to second. Both in scoring position now for Tucker. That is popped up on the infield, and the catch made by Kaylee King at second. Two out, still 2 on. Brooklyn Cochran stepping in, Morgan Phillips on deck. On the outside part of the plate with a pitch to Cochran. Top of the order begins the 5th for Bishop State. None and 2 the count on Cochran. Cochran with a fly out to right field in the second. A .391 hitter, couple of home runs, 33 RBIs. Low pitch to Cochran, who was the last out in the second inning. Morgan Phillips moving to the on-deck circle. One-two pitch. That is a foul ball. Hit towards third. Plenty of Major League Baseball underway on your Sunday. Midway through 3, Mets over the Cards 2-1. 3 top of the second games. Royals 1-0 over the Orioles. Twins same over the Red Sox. Padres 2-0 over the Pirates. 2 games in the bottom of the second. Guardians and Blue Jays, A's and Marlins both scoreless. And the Rays and Yankees have rain. Inside to Cochran. Your NBA today is tonight. Pacers and Cavaliers, Warriors and Rockets. That is popped up, and at second, Kaylee King makes the catch. Trojans get a run, but that lead is still 8 or better for Bishop State. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. We get the top of the fifth underway. Got a Bishop State squad that wants to end this in 5. You got a Central Alabama team that wants to get it inside 8. Pick up some additional outs, more opportunities. Top of the order, Armani Stafford. Stafford 0 for 3 in the game. Has ground out to the pitcher and twice lined out to third. Jessica Farmer, Cameron Lawson coming up as well. Central Alabama gets their first run of the game in the bottom of the 4th off 3 base hits. Ground to short, bit of a slow roller picked up by Mills. Not in time, on safely is Stafford. Able to beat it out. Wasn't a problem on the throwing or receiving end, just good speed for Stafford. Got a runner aboard for Jessica Farmer. That is a foul ball. Farmer 3 trips to the plate and 3 base hits, a couple of singles and a double, an RBI, and 3 runs have plated. Trying to lay down the bunt. A strike will be called, but the pitch goes to the screen, and before Higdon can get to it, Stafford's at second. Oh, 2 pitch to Farrar. Cameron Lawson on deck. Swing and a miss. Farrar goes down. And for Hardy Irwin, that is her first strikeout of the game. One out for Cameron Lawson. Lawson 2 for 2 with a walk. An RBI and 2 runs scored. Irwin, not a lot of strikeouts per game in the regular season, 74. In a 7-inning game, that's an average of a little better than 3. So not that unusual to get her first in the 5th. 1-1 pitch popped up in the direction of center field. Looks like there's room. Brewer's got it. Tagging, headed to third, Stafford, and she'll get there safely. Kaylee Weaver, 2 for 3. Couple of RBIs. That is a base hit into right field. It will bring in Stafford. And the Wildcats get the run back, given up in the bottom of the 4th. And that will become the 14th base hit of the game for Bishop State. strike delivered to Brooke Tillman, which, by the way, matches the number of hits Bishop State had against Enterprise State yesterday, 14. Back-to-back double-digit scoring games, too. $14 runs last night, 11 thus far today. An appeal down to first to see if Tillman had swung on the pitch. She had not. Higdon can't find the grip on it. That's got Weaver at second. Took a big turn thinking about third. But will stay in scoring position at second. And it looks like we are going to get a runner for Tillman. And that runner is Charlie Minson. So Vincent for Weaver at second, Tillman at the plate. 1 for 3 in the game. And a strike delivered on the inside part of the plate. The only Wildcat without a base hit is the 9-hitter Mallory Roth. That's a base hit into left field. Coach says, come on home. Throw is there. Tagged out at the plate is Vincent. 1 run will plate the lead back to 10. And in the bottom of the 5th, Central Alabama has to have 3 to get us to the 6th. Eight, 9, and 1 due up in the bottom of the 5th for Central Alabama. Morgan Phillips, Gracie Mills, Kingsley Higdon. Bishop State with a commanding 10-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th. And Central Alabama's got to have 3. Or the mercy rule gets triggered. And we'll have an if game a half hour from now. They score. We go to the 6th. They get more opportunities, and maybe we don't go to the if game. Count even at 2. Fouled away. Over to the right side and out of play. Phillips, one other plate appearance. She ground out the pitcher in the 3rd. Three-two pitch, fouled off. Whoever emerges the winner today, whether it be this game or the Eve game, has a trip to Palatka. And that will happen the 9th and 10th. Fouled off by Phillips. Softball plays a doubleheader. And then a potential rubber match or the if game. Inside with a pitch and a walk given to Phillips. Baseball plays 3, but spreads it over 3 days with a single game each day. And Wallace Dothan will do that next weekend in Troy, at Troy University. Gracie Mills ground into a 5-3 in the 3rd. Well, that's a couple of times that Mills started walking away from the pitch. It almost seemed as though she had called time. There's another strike. And the count goes to 1-2. Kingsley Higdon to the on-deck circle. To third, got the out at second. 5-4 will go the put out, and there's one away. Top of the order, Kingsley Higdon to the plate. Grounds it to third. Roth's got it. Gets the out at first on the 5-4, and there's 2 away. And now the Trojans trying to pull off not the impossible, but the improbable. Get those 3 runs with 2 gone. That is shot up the middle. It is a put out at second. It will go 1-6 and get Higdon. The ball game is over, and we're going to an if. It took 1 hour and 15 minutes. And Bishop State has just leveled the playing field. 11-1 your final score for Central Alabama. A total of 4 hits, 2 errors. They will strand 4. And they got their lone run in the 4th. For Bishop State, 15 hits, 6 left on, a single error committed. 1 run in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, 7 in the 4th, and a run in the 5th.
Started at 1:50 p.m.
And there's the official announcement from our Mr. Official. 1:50 is your start time for that F game. So in a half hour, we are back. And that one will decide who wins the ACCC Division II and who heads to Palatka. That's 30 minutes from now. We'll see you then for all the folks with the ACCC and JockJive. I'm Robert Williamson. We'll see you in a half hour.